Mhm. Hey, brother. All right. So this is what we're gonna do here. You know the fast, you know the standard. This one here is a delta percent volume indicator. All right. This one was custom made for me from Tom over at PTE. All right. Uh, and then the water is here on the bottom. So we have these four. We have our uh, momentum track. All right, which you're familiar with, and all other regular. And now the pullback indicator is a scalping indicator I've been using for a couple of years. It's built for the 1 minute chart for 90Q. All right. So it gives a lot of signals, but it's not take every signal. Okay. The way that we're working it here, um, the standard you want above the signal line. All right. If everything's completely above, that's even better. All right. The MACD fast has to be above or below the zero. All right. That's just pretty much a non uh, negotiable aspect there. All right. Now, you see we're in top here, we're in top here. Okay. Now, let's get back to over here. All right. Now, when this delta percent is below zero and red, that's a good sign. All right. Water's red. We're not below the zero here, all right, but look, here you have an arrow. We just had a cross. This got to here. And this, I'm not even sure how much this did here for, but let's see. So this one here, it actually, that would have been a loss. All right, going for the reversion. Looking at this here, we weren't really below yet. So, well, but now let's look over here. We have another cross, pullback, a solid pullback. All right, now this pullback here, you see the arrows, and we're below the zero. We're below the zero here. We had a pullback on the standard. All right. The MAC is fast is crossing down. This has been below zero. All right. WADA is coming in and exploding out. It's been mostly negative and pushing down. All right. With that, that's where we have a signal. This right here, because we had the fast come down and pull back to retest the signal, and then we get the arrow. The delta percent is below zero. The water is completely exploding. That is a great signal. So from that one there, 40.5 points. All right. If by chance you happen to grab it from this, all right. But from the sure thing. Now we have room, only a little bit of room here. But even if you trailed it below and it stopped at the panel line, you still would have had a little positive expense. Now this here, the fast cross up, it's here. We're above. We're crossing the zero here. And look at the water. Literally could take that. From here, trail, trail, right to there. All right. Um, Looking here, we're really above this, even though this is below, we're not really looking for shorts at this point because we just broke the top of the channel. All right. That would mean we're in a range top over here. So we're not really looking for that. We're looking for more of the upside. from here, where everything's above, all right, and the water's starting to explode out. Even here, we were above, and the water was just started to push up. Okay, this one here, you would have probably had to be, all right, but then here, you see it's like kind of pulling back a little bit, but it's going. This indicator here, when this is green and above, remember that's delta pushing up. We have the water delta pushing up. It's above the zero line, so it's not a pullback. It's a positive delta momentum. And then everything's pushing up here. Okay. This is the way you want to kind of play this one. All right. So this is right here. You see, if you got it right here, you would have it. Okay. Now this is perfect. So for everything's above zero, water's already exploded out. We have our signal here. It came out of the channel, pulled back. Remember, this is our pullback index. This is letting us know the pullback is pretty much at the end of its run. It's getting ready to go. Look at this arrow. Look at this one and this one. It just keeps going up afterwards. That's why I've always had this. So now if you take it from here, you're running underneath the bottom of all the bullish candles, about 30 points. Okay. Now where we focused on the fast MACD, it's above the zero line. All right. And this was still negative, but we got our signal. The water's pushing up. Delta's pushing up. All right. It's above the zero line. So we have a signal to go. If it's above here and here, that's even better, but we're typically waiting with a regular uh, trend line. All right. Within the waiting, let's see here. Um, this one, this one, it's 8.5 points. All right. I started realizing a lot more with doing trend line. This used to be my signal. All right. And with Treadlock, I wanted the confirmation of the MACD. And like this one here, it never dipped below. That's a perfect signal all day long. And we could skip these if you wanted to all day long. Okay, when you have all the conditions met, it's good. Now on the reversion trades, you could cheat them a little. All right. I'm not sure what I just did. I hit the indicator and I lost my lines. Okay, so it's like this here. I think we just did this one here. No, we did. Okay, we did this over here. Here, uh, we're above the zero line, which is somewhere right here because it's selected. So it's above the, it's not really above the zero, it's crossing on this one. So you still could have taken this one here, even though we weren't crossing completely over the zero, MACD here, right? This here, it's red and coming towards the zero. Probably could have taken this, would have taken a little bit on the chin right there. But this one here, you could see it's MACD pulled up, pulled back, and it's way above the signal line. This is crossing or above. This is a transition. When you have like no color here, it's going to the other color most times. All right, see like here, hit that down, change, dip down, change, dip down, change. All right, this candle here, it already popped up, but we had our pullback right here. The green pullback, oh, Mhm. Let's see. And reversion trade here. So this wouldn't have been it, but right here. See, we pulled in underneath the signal line. Right to here, we got an arrow. Poof. If we would have trailed it, it would have gotten you pretty much right where your target was, within a few points. All right. This here, that's a good entry. See the standard. We had a pullback, then turn green. Everything else is all looking good. Now look at where the fast is. All right. It was pushing down, aiming down, but signal here afterwards. We came right out of the channel and we weren't waiting for the fast to cross. And we're in. Right here, same thing. And this, you can see the volatility is fine. The momentum is down. Okay. This has to be above this white line. You want this line here, the greenish red line, to be above the zero. All right. And you want the fast MACD to be above or below zero. And you want the MACD standard to be above below the signal. See, like this here, we could have had a fill. Now, where are we with everything else? This right here is perfect. Like this arrow. This one's a little soon. We have the cross of the EMAs right here. You got our reversion trade. All right. So if you would have taken this first one, would have been BE, and this one here would have emptied to get you all the way down. We're noticing with the reversion trades with the water. Look at it. Look at the setup here. Everything's there. Goes right there. This here could have taken it. And yeah, if you would have taken this here and trailing the bullish, you would have had a nice trade right there. This broke out, pulled back. Now this one indicator is the one that's making it all happen. Okay. This is overnight. This here, we're below the zero line, and this is below. Okay? Nothing, nothing. Now you see that things are working, but it's not the hottest. This here, the fast is crossing up. This is pushing up. Watt is negative and dying, and so this one here, not sure. But see, these aren't that big. Okay, these are only small little. You probably get your 15 points. Let's do this. Okay, you get your 15 points. Okay, okay. So you get the idea. This is the morning. We're coming here. We're below. This pulled underneath, and it's crossing back over. We have an arrow. We're below the zero on the delta percent, and water's going. Okay, that was right here. Okay, where's it at? So still 15 points. Look at this arrow right here. This came right here. We didn't really get an arrow You got one here, and this one would have been a small little. Actually, these all started pulling back up, I think. So yeah, that would have been a loss, but it would have been from here. So this one here, create entry, you pull down, and I'll retest. This one would have been from here to there. I would have lost 75. Yeah, 285, lost 75, 565. Right? You want to take the reversion. It's above the zero. One is pushing up. Typically, we're targeting those, but we're also trailing behind. Okay. So as we have the target set, we're trailing these going up because the reversions could go either way. All right. And that's pretty much how this goes. See here, we're below, we're below. This is here. This is, yep, right below the zero. Wait until this is exploding. Right to this one. You see when it explodes, start getting some really good moves. All right. This is actually right to there, to there, to there. All right. Now I know you like to grab your profits when you get them. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. This here is pushing up here. All right. I think you get the idea. I believe I gave you this scalping indicator. I'm not sure. So let me know. All right. This here would be all on discussion. If you know you see it is coming, we don't have the pullback indicator, but you see all the other conditions, right? So once it gets through, it's already a few candles down, so I probably would have missed that one. All right, just get a copy here. I think it's this here, actually for a few points, and this here. You have the surge with the arrow, fast is up and above, crossing up. We're above the zero, and this is starting to explode up. So I would stop there. All right. This here, it had a pullback, but everything's going. We're still good. No, 20 points there. All right. It really does. The system just works. So this here, I ended up putting horizontal line at the zero. Where is it? There? That's right. Now mine's red, so I can take that. Properties. Make it white. So it's the same as you see there. That's and then you know how to do everything else. Um, I'm gonna shoot this over to you. Let me know what you don't have. If you have the Seth scalper, the Delta percent, if you need those, I'll get them over to you. All right. I'll talk to you here.